Hey everybody, The Rookie here, and welcome to a new Let's Play series on my channel. This one for Pillars of Eternity with the 2 DLC for it, the White March Part 1 and the White March Part 2. So we're going to go ahead and jump right into it and get our character creation going. We're going to be playing on hard. I'm not going to turn on Trial of Iron. That one you only get one save, and if your character dies in-game, it deletes the save on you, so I don't want to do that. Just in case I do happen to mess up, we'll just play on hard. Go ahead and get it started. So this first episode is going to be more about character creation and then hopefully trying to get through the prologue campaign. And then in the next episode we'll go ahead and start the actual story missions.
Five wagons grope blindly for the path on a starless night, their master glancing ever upward to the skies for assurance that he is on the right course. A dim lantern his only protection against the encroaching darkness. But the skies bring no comfort, shining no light, betraying no hint of what they know. The caravan carries travelers bound for the frontier hamlet of Gilded Vale, you among them, where a local lord has offered land and wealth to settlers from abroad looking for a fresh start. You have taken suddenly ill, sweating and shivering, and one of the other travelers signals for the caravan master to stop on your behalf. He pulls up just in time to avoid plowing into the trunk of a fallen tree that bars the way ahead. You will go no further tonight.
Alright, so there's a little bit of the story we have. So we're part of a caravan that has stopped. I already have an idea for what kind of character I want to run in this playthrough. I normally go for a melee character. So for this playthrough, I figured I would go with something a little different, and we'll go with the Mage instead. Now I think I'm going to be an elf. And do you want to be a wood elf or a pale elf? I'm not going to worry too much. You can sit here and min-max if you want for what race and what sub-race gives you the best stats that benefit the class you're going to be, but I'm not too worried about that. Just kind of whatever looks good. I don't really like the look of the blue face, so I think we'll go with the wood elf. And so there's all the character classes we could choose from. There are a lot of them. I have played some of these before, so I have a paladin already I beat the game with, and a druid, and I believe a rogue I beat the game with as well. So they're all melee characters. That's kind of what I prefer, so we're going to go ahead and go for a wizard this time. Try something new. Starting spells, we get 4 of them. See what these do. We'll take Chill Fog. That's AoE that also slows them down, so we'll take that. Fan of Flames, pretty self-explanatory, just a smaller hitbox but does fire damage to everybody. And I think I'm going to want a few protection spells just in case they get close, so I'm going to get Spirit Shield, which reduces damage, so plus 3 damage reduction and plus 30 concentration for 45 seconds, which is nice. And Wizard's Double, so plus 40 deflection upon hit or critically hit, so hopefully stop my mage from getting damaged too bad if melee or ranged starts to get on me. And now for our attributes. So this game's a little different in that mages actually need might as well. In most games they only need intellect and maybe some wisdom. But might is something else the wizards need in this one. We're going to go and pump that up to 16. Intellect is still the most important stat for a mage. So we're going to take that all the way up to 18. Perception, I'm going to drop 1. Dexterity is somewhat important. We're going to get that up to 12. And I'm also going to pump Constitution up to 12 just to give myself a little extra health and fortitude. go into, so here's our culture. So this is where you can really get into min-maxing your characters. So you can see if you go for the living lands, you get a +1 might to your character. So if, like a mage, might is important, so that might be a good one to take. The white that wends, perception, so that would be for rogue or a ranger. But I think we're going to go with Old Valea. So it gives us +1 to intellect, which is also really good for us, and it also changes the look of my character. So when we take this one, we kind of have a breastplate and our grimoire and staff, so it looks a little different. There's not just robes on mages in this game, which is kind of nice to have. And now for background. So again, if you really want to min-max it for whatever you want to put your character into, you can check them all out over here. But for this one, I think I'm going to go with Aristocrat. I want my main character is going to be lore-based. So we'll have a really high lore for all the checks in the party that have to do with lore. So I'm going to go ahead and take that one. And now we're going to set our appearance. So the colors, I think we'll go with a red, nice bright red for a primary. Just do a couple checks here. I'm normally a fan of like a brighter color and then a darker one to offset it. Don't like the purple. We'll probably just take like a darker kind of a gray. Skin color will be a little bit more pale, so we'll go with that one. Hair color, we'll just grab one of these. That looks okay right there. Just checking the appearance out here a little bit. That one looks okay. See, I like the one that we started at. Right there, that one's not bad. So we'll go ahead and stick with that one. In portrait, so, we definitely want a elf. These ones are pictures of more dwarves. So we'll see what ones they got for elves. Oh, and that looked like it. That was, ooh, that's weird. So is that one. There won't be any of those. We'll check. We'll take this one. Keeps her hood up, you know, hiding her identity kind of thing. We'll go ahead and take that one. And for the voice, we'll go ahead and test these ones.
Yes?
I shall lead us. Let's go!
A blade in the dark.
Well, I'm flattered. Let's go.
Easy does it.
Just say the word.
Now I am leader of the group.
Yeah!
I'll take a peek.
We'll go with the smooth. It sounds good. And for a name, what are we going to name our character? That seems pretty good right there. And I think that's everything we have to do. So there's kind of a rundown of what we have our character for. So it's a wood elf, a wizard. There's our primary stats we're starting with. So we got 16 might and 18 intellect, which should be really good for a mage. Our culture is Old Valea and an aristocrat, and then their appearance and voice. So we're all set. We're going to go ahead and start this off, and I'll let the cutscene play through.
Everybody stays close to the wagons, got it? Stay out of the woods, and beasts take you if you were planning a stroll through those ruins up there. Whole area's crawling with hut-dwelling types who'd be happy to stick an axe in you for trespassing. So mind that you don't track mud on their sacred blazing rocks. Tonight, everybody stays put, and in the morning we'll get the path cleared. Gilded Vale's less than a day out. Understood? Touch of the rumbling rot, could be. There's a stinging beetle round here, carries it. You'll be fine once it passes your innards. Unless you don't drink water, course. Which case you'll be dead in a day. There's a berry grows in these parts, small and pink, called a springberry. About the size of a fingernail. Give you cramps if you eat it, but the frontiersmen make a tea from it. Calms the insides. Should get you through the night. You might check around, see if you can find some. Meanwhile, I'll see if we can scare you up some water. I know you want to hunt before it gets much darker, but see about refilling our water first. Got a sick one here. They grow on a bush that's common round here, kind of funny looking. You'll know it when you see it. Doubt you'd have to go far off the road to find one. Nothing you won't see on half the hills of Air Glonfoth. Money to be made selling their knickknacks in Defiance Bay, if you don't mind getting stuck with Glonfoth and arrows now and again. They didn't build them, but I'll be the effigy if they don't watch them like a mother bear. Of course, all the ones around here have been ransacked 10 times over. Got nothing left worth half a pond, so I hear. Got different names for them. Settlers called them Ingwithans. Nobody that liked them enough to stop them becoming ruins, tell you that much. Not if you hurry about your business. And not if the weather holds up. This time of year, rain mostly, and wind. But there's a different kind of wind out here time to time. Locals call it a beawick. Born out of the ether, the spirit's path. Never seen it myself, never cared to. They don't got Adra where you come from? Well, it just grows up out of the ground like this. Goes deep like tree roots. Some of it all the way to the heart of the world, you believe the stories. It's more like a shell than a proper rock. Easier to work if you're a mason. Got all kinds of strange properties. Seems to have some kind of life of its own. Dies if it gets dug up. Loses its luster. Folks think it probably grew at one point or another, but not these days. The soul butchers in Defiance Bay use it for different things. I've heard tell it can hold a man's soul, but I don't care to see it. Got enough to worry about without seeing something like that. Hold on. Take someone with you. I know you're not some helpless tenderfoot, not like most of this lot. But you drop dead, I don't want to be looking for the body. Got a schedule to keep. Kalisha. Kalisha!
No promises.
What kind of guide says something like that?
Kind you can afford.
Don't listen to her, you're in good hands. And I pay too well, if anything. Off with you. Hayden should have supplies. See that you're equipped before you head out. We're in harsh country. Get your berries and hurry back. And if you get so much as a tickle of wind, you drop everything and you run. Something in the air tonight. If it's a beawick, we'll shelter in the ruins. Hut dwellers be damned.
You heard the man. Let's get going before you keel over.
All right. We'll get ourselves started. So we got
Sure.
2 members to the party.
Anyone need supplies? I've got sundries for sale. Brought a whole wagon full of goods to sell, but not enough shirts for the road. Say, is there anything you need?
Just going to quickly see what he has for sale here. So it looks like I never had that before, so it looks like that ring came from one of the expansion packs I bought. Go ahead and toss it on. Just gives us a little bit more endurance when we rest. Don't think there's anything else we can afford in here. Nope.
Hey there.
We'll move on out. So we're looking for some kind of berry bushes. What's this dude?
I'll have your water soon enough. Stream's not going anywhere.
So what I did there is you hit your S and your D key for fast and slow mode. So when we're just running around, you can kind of hit the D key, run a little bit faster.
Outcroppings.
So it doesn't take as long to get places.
We shouldn't stray too far.
Yeah, we got a little young wolf over there.
Hey there.
Make sure we're set to go here. Alright, so there was more than one wolf.
Hey there.
Not too much of a fight. Don't even need to use an
Hey
ability,
there.
they die easy.
This is it.
So now let's just see what kind of backstory we want to go with. We'll go with the ousted from power, so we're trying to rebuild our power base in a new land. So we gotta go find that Sparful guy again, who was beside the tree. And he's not there anymore, so we gotta go do a little search for him. Found some wild mushrooms going, so we can use those to craft some things later on. Found a couple dead bodies over there from travelers or something, so that's never a good sign.
What a surprise. Sparful went hunting. At least he left the water skins. Come on. Sparful? Are you all right? Ambush!
Alright, so we got another fight to go through here, so we're going to get our fighter to go take that guy out. Ourselves, we're going to go ahead and take this bottom guy down here.
I'll teach you a lesson.
We're going to get a little bit closer, we're going to use our flame spell on him. Just like that.
Come on, we have to get back to camp.
Grab all the items we can, we can sell them later on.
Hey there.
Got a little camp going on here. Looks like we got a bottle we can loot over there. What do we got? Some beer. Check up this way, see if we're not missing anything up in this corner. Doesn't look like it. Go ahead and go to fast mode again.
Hey there.
What you need? What?
Try and finish these guys fast if we can.
Hey there.
So not much to these early fights. You don't have a lot of abilities to use, and the enemies aren't very strong, so... Fairly easy. Got some decent loot off of them.
Sure.
Go ahead and move on in. It looks like our camp has been butchered. Yeah, we got a few guys standing up there, so we're gonna grab... Health is a bit low, endurance is good though. So we're talking to the leader of the raiders here. So we're going to go with, we're a rational character, so we're not going to lay down our weapons because he'll probably try and kill us anyway. See what he has to say about that. So we're confusing him a little bit by questioning his gods and stuff. Probably not the smartest thing to do. So there we go.
What you need?
Kind of spells do we have left? Not a whole lot. Nope, no uses left. We will move a little bit closer because we do have... Where's the best place? Probably right there. So with this little circle, that's the area of effect. So we want to make sure that our party members aren't within that, otherwise they take damage as well. Go ahead and drop it right there. Gonna go ahead and use our Grimoire Slam again, or our Arcane Assault, sorry, not Grimoire Slam. There's the leader down, so it's just this hunter now, and dead.
Get inside! Run!
So we got a little event here. So straining against the gale threatens to pull you off your feet with every step. You set your hands in the worn folds of a weathered rock and set about pulling yourself up the precipice. With a last burst of energy before your arms give out, you swing yourself onto the ledge. Hayden trails behind you, slowed by the injury and delayed by early hesitation. As he nears the face of the rock, one of the fallen attackers, who had been feigning death, lunges at Hayden and topples him onto the rocky ground. Restrained, Hayden lashes out against his fatigued assailant, but struggles to break the hold. They are close to you. From your position, you would have a good chance of hitting your mark. So there we have a couple options. We can channel a bolt of energy towards the attacker, or we can just leave him to free himself. So we'll try and help him, because it doesn't involve too much. We just got to throw a magic missile, which we're a mage, so there we go. Your aim is true, and the hit jars Hayden loose. Lurching to his feet, Hayden clambers up the base of the rock. As he nears the top, however, the wind flares, pulling him sideways and tearing one of his hands free. But diving out on to the hard rock, you manage to catch hold of it, securing his other hand, and you pull with waning strength, and it feels as though your arm will be jerked from its sockets. They hold just long enough for Hayden to set his feet and join you on the tumbling ledge. There's a deep resonance to the swelling wind now. You feel it in the rocks beneath your feet and inside the cavity of your own chest, as though it would shake the marrow from your bones. Each new gust menaces the old stones before you, loosening connections, unsettling balances. As you dart beneath the old archway, the entire portal begins to fall beneath its own weight.
Was that?
A Buick. Had to be.
Then we're lucky to be alive.
And we're the only ones.
We can't stay here. There could be another collapse. We're not getting out that way anyway. Let's get further inside.
Alright, so we made it through that first part. We escaped the bivouac, which is kind of like a divine wind or something like that. And we made it into the old ruins, which we were told to stay out of. So now we got to go ahead and try and fight our way through. But I am out of time for this episode, so we got through part of the opening prologue in this episode.
Hey there.
So we'll end it here, and in the next one we'll continue our way through this ruined cavern, and hopefully find our way out the other side and get on to the main story quest. So thank you everybody for watching, and I hope to see you again in the next episode.